It's What a Weird Week for Friday, January 6, 2023.
Hi, everybody, it's weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Really weird tales.
Well, I got a great show for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Thanks for coming back, or for the first time ever, checking out the What a Weird Week podcast. This is usually a podcast of the top 10 weird stories from the news, but Happy New Year. We're going to do a special first show of 2023, the top 10 weird world records that were set last year. Why do I even?
10.
We always do up the show notes in a show notes blog. So if you want to see the videos or check out these world records, maybe attempt your own world record, I think you should. These are breakable, you guys. Anyway, if you go shownotes.page, that's the easiest way to find all the podcast stuff, shownotes.page.
10.
Number 10, Wisconsin can man gets suckiest record of 2022. He set the world record for most cans stuck to his head using only, suction. No adhesives. Stick-to-itiveness, if you will.
I actually have a skin condition that's not named yet, that my skin pores literally suck in oxygen.
His name is Jamie, but he will also answer to can head or can paw to his grandkids instead of grandpa. 10 empty pop cans or soda cans stuck to his head and face. If you want to break this one, they have to stay there for at least 5 seconds. Just use suction and willpower.
9.
Number 9, the world record is the old eggs in one basket trick, except the basket is a human hand. Fellow named Ibrahim got 18 eggs to balance on the back of his hand in 2022. You watch the video, you get nervous for this fellow because if you've ever dropped an egg, first of all, eggs have gone up in price a lot, and you don't want any droppage. I imagine if you want to set this world record, you're going to lose some eggs as you practice and get up to the 18, maybe 19, break the world record, the 19 eggs territory. To get there, you got to break some eggs. Practice on a bouncy castle. I would say if you have access to a bouncy castle, that's where you want to practice for this world record. 18 eggs on the back of the hand.
8.
I think that many eggs would be like a couple pounds, 3 pounds, something like that. It's got some weight to it there, this world record by the end of it, balancing on one hand.
8.
Okay, number 8 is getting your alphabet soup in a row. This is one you could do. This fellow set the world record to impress his kid. He says he wanted to break a record to show his son it could be done. Jacob Chandler of Oregon found all the letters of the English alphabet in a can of alphabet soup, and he put all those letters in alphabetical order in 2 minutes and 8 seconds. The hardest part, he says, is differentiating between the W and the M, because apparently they are different. In your average can of alphabet soup, that W and that M are different.
7.
Number 7, weirdest world record of 2022 is high heel tightropin. This is not one you want to try at home. Some of these are like alphabet soup. Sure, let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? You eat delicious soup and you don't get a world record. This one, be careful. A teenager in Vermont named Ariana walked 639 feet and something on a tightrope while she was wearing 4-inch high heels. That is a serious world record. Ariana is a member of a youth circus, which I didn't know those were a thing. So, has had some training in this and now has a world record.
6.
Number 6, this is kind of a repeat. We had this in the podcast last year, one of our weird stories, regular weird stories on What a Weird Week. The speed-eating hot peppers fellow, Greg Foster, the guy who did the impossible, ate 10 Carolina Reapers in 33 seconds. That's the world record. We mentioned in the podcast when we did the original story, he owns a hot sauce company, so you got to figure he knows his way around spicy foods. Just a refresher on the Scoville scale, if you don't watch the Hot Ones show, Carolina Reapers are at 2 million on the Scoville scale. Jalapenos are about 8,000. Bell peppers, once again, setting the standard at 0.
5.
The 5th weirdest world record of 2022. I'm happy for this fellow. The biggest get-together of people with the same first and last name. This was organized by the Hirokazu Tanaka's SNA of Japan, the same name association. Hirokazu, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to mispronounce it several different ways as I go through the story, but Hirokazu Tanaka's made this club in 1994. One person named Hirokazu Tanaka's. So 1994, and they have tried to break this world record in previous years. So I'm happy that they finally saw this through. Hirokazu got 178 people together who are all named Hirokazu Tanakas. And that's a new world record. The old record was by a group of Martha Stewarts, by the way. I didn't even post a photo of this. You can just imagine a group of people hanging out together. Some of them barely know each other. Hey, what's your name? No, they didn't even have to say that, you guys. They knew everyone's name. So I didn't post a photo. You can imagine it. I just saved some bandwidth.
4,
Number 4 involves a pea. David Rush used good old-fashioned breathing to move a pea 84 feet and something across the floor. That's it. There was a pea, and he would walk. Now, this fellow has 250-something world records. I don't know. This one is just blowing a pea. So he would walk up to the pea, kneel down, blow. It would move across the room some. Then he'd go up to the pea again, get down, blow again. I'm not exactly sure. We do have the YouTube video. This is one you could do, you guys.
3,
I don't want to take away from, the fellow has 250 world records, something like that. So I'm not taking away from his many accomplishments. I'm just saying I don't understand this one exactly.
3,
Okay, number 3 is pumpkin paddling. A fellow named Dwayne got into a giant hollow pumpkin and started paddling down the Missouri River. He kept going for 37 and a half miles. Like, imagine a kayak, but it's a pumpkin. You know, you see this. People do this. They have giant pumpkin boat races and stuff all over the world. But, you know, you get into a giant pumpkin and you go for 37 and a half miles. That took some planning, and you can't just turn around and do this one tomorrow. You've got to get the pumpkin. You've got to probably get some liniment or maybe paddling gloves. I don't know. You got to get a lot of things in a row before you set this one.
2,
Number 2, I love this one. This is like accessible but really difficult. The Mr. Potato Head Challenge. This is about putting together a standard Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato. I think it's just Potato Head now, isn't it? Putting together a standard potato head as fast as possible. A person in Malaysia did it in 5.43 seconds. 5 seconds and change to put together a potato head. Let's get cracking on that one. Wait, are you done already? Oh, good for you. Somebody upstairs just pushed their chair away from the table. It kind of sounded like a beast. And I'm not sure, should we amplify that and leave it in the podcast? To be continued. We'll let you know in post-production.
1,
Okay, number 1 world record is, and we talked about this in a previous podcast, chain of beers. I did the same thing when we did the original story. This happened at a bar in Casper, Wyoming. 74 guys lined up side by side and made beard braids, or a chain of beards, whatever they call it. So they parted their beards, and the left side of their beard clipped to the person on their left, and the right side of their beard clipped to the person on their right, and they had a 150-foot beard chain. It shattered the old record. They say it took a long time because you have to, like, it was not easy. Everybody has to cooperate, be still. 74 people, you know, if you're the first one to clip in, you're waiting for 73 other people to get clipped in and measured and all that. I mean, you're getting important calls, getting thirsty perhaps. Maybe you didn't go pee before starting this, and now you're like, okay, this is my life. Anyway, at the time, when we talked about this story originally, I liked to imagine that some of those fellows, friendships were forged, and some of those fellows were still clipped together, spending quality time together, attached at the beard. Or maybe they just got tangled and they were like, well, I don't want to cut my beard, so listen, I'm going on holidays next week. You want to come with me? I don't know. I don't think any of that really happened, you guys, so don't at me. But don't you want to live in a world where friendships can be forged over beards that are tangled? No? Oh, you don't want to live in that world. Okay. Okay, that is that. And thanks for checking out What a Weird Week. Thanks for the 5-star reviews and even trying to hack the system and getting an 8 and 9-star review. I really appreciate that. You can like or subscribe or follow or whatever. I'm not sure. Every podcatcher is different, but however you listen, I appreciate your listening. Catch you next week. Unless you are like wanted by the FBI, I'm not going to catch you in that sense. If you're on the run from the law for robbing a bank or something, and I say I'll catch you next week, it's not in that capacity that I will catch you. Wait, How much is the reward? No. This has been dumb, hasn't it?